Well, today we're gonna do a little farming. But before we do that, when we put the hubs on this tractor, I never did do a walk around to show you the engine comparisons between this 9620 and this 9560. Now this engine here is the 13.5 liter Deere engine. This is the second, well, it's actually the third engine that's been in this tractor. It did push a rod out through the side of this block here in December of 22. When I went to look for a tractor, I did not want one that had a 13.5 in it. Had I bought a brand new one, it would have had the 13.6 liter Deere engine. It's a new engine. They also have an 18 liter engine. It does not, that one, the 18 liter, doesn't take diesel exhaust fluid. This one here, this 9620, along with a 9570 Deere, they have a 15 liter Cummins engine in them. Originally I thought this was the X15, however it is not the X15, it is a Q15. This engine here is the industrial version of the X15. You'll notice some of the components on this engine here are a lot bigger, being that this is only 1.5 liters larger than this tractor that's sitting next to it. We'll just kind of show you the right hand side or the left hand side of both engines. And that 15 liter has got quite a bit more girth to it. We'll show you the turbos. Got the turbos on this 13.5, and then the turbo on the 15 liter. There's quite a bit more stuff there. EGR cooler, a lot larger. Just everything in general is a lot bigger on this 15 liter. So what we're going to do now is we are going to hook this onto an implement that we bought at the same time that we agreed to buy this tractor. And what that is a Pottinger Terra disc. And then once we get that hooked up, we are going to take that tractor there and we're going to bring the other Terra disc home that we have, along with the grain drill. I don't know what's parked in front of what, so I don't know what we'll be bringing home first. But we'll go ahead and show you the Terra disc that we bought for this tractor to be used on, or bought this tractor to use on it. Gotta make sure we lift our grouser blade up. How do I move the seat back? There we go. And we should be able to start field work in the next couple days here. We've got manure going out the door here. We've got 4 semis hauling today, along with 2 straight trucks. So I believe this is the first time you guys have ridden in this tractor. This has the leather package, which I'm not too fond of the leather, but we've only got one other tractor that has leather in it, and that is the 8320R. So we ended up receiving this Pottinger Terra disc a few weeks ago, and it's actually parked right down in this lower bunk. So we'll go ahead and get down there. Nice little warning signs here. It says your speed is being monitored, speed limit 15 miles an hour, and stuck, stop, and call. So those are good words to a good statement to remember. So here is this Terra disc. That is right there. So it's the same size as the other one that we have, which is 33 foot. It's a 1000, what do they call it? A 1001T. And the 10 stands for 10 meters. We had a 6 meter Terra disc that we ended up selling to the neighbor. So being that we're running two 16-row corn planters, we needed to upgrade to a larger second Terra disc. Wow, would you look at that? The hitch is right at the right height. We'll see how that is. I think I'm back far enough. So we'll get this hooked up and then we will jump in that 8360 and run on over to where we've got some equipment parked inside. Alright, so we've got this hooked up. We're not quite ready to use this yet. We do have to run around it with a grease gun. We're due to get some rain here tomorrow. And what I'd like to do now is get a couple of other pieces of equipment out and deal with that while it's not raining. We can grease this and tie up hoses and whatever after and while it's raining. So let's get on with it here. First load getting loaded with this truck hooked to this tanker. They're agitating while they're loading, and they'll be pulling out of here momentarily. They just got done loading. They agitated while they loaded. And then with it agitating, it's running around 1700, no, 2500 PSI. So, they're gonna roll out. Jared rolling in, he's gonna load next. Well, this is the first load pulling out with the Freightliner. This is the second Hainsworth trailer that we have bought, or the second trailer from them. And Alex, Sarah's gonna ride with Alex to get acclimated to getting used to this road tractor. They're gonna run 10, 11 miles from here. And we're gonna have 4 trailers running and 2 straight trucks today. Alright, so now we will run this 8360 10 miles to the east and bring the other Terra disc back here along with the grain drill. So I have to make a couple trips, but the nice thing about using this one is not only is it clean but we haven't got to worry about the tires too much because we are replacing them. So we'll go ahead, and seat's all dirty already. I don't know who got in here. Andrew do that? I think Andrew did that. So we'll go ahead and run on over to Lafayette and bring some equipment back here. The girls waxed this up here the other day, and Alex worked a long time on getting this interior cleaned up. So it is like a brand new tractor in here. All right. Well, we're actually going into the same area where they're spread manure, so we'll see a couple of manure trucks in our travels here. All right, so we are hooked onto this Terra disc. And the grain drill's got 2 soft tires on it, so they're going to bring the army truck over so that I can blow up them tires. Now this is tight in here. Put the rollers down, and I don't know where my wheel transports are, but I've got to watch it. That's not that one. You gotta change that lever so the jack don't go down. Wheel transport, I should be able to put the wheels down now. Yeah. Alright, see if we can get out of this Morton barn without scuffing the ground and hitting the rafters. They're spreading in this field that's in behind this barn. Because our gauge wheels are scrubbing. That one's still scrubbing. It's not working. Might have to take it sideways a little bit, yeah. Best option is you scrub that too hard and it'll blow that tire right off the rim. Dragging too much. Ooh, I don't like it. Alright, Nathan wants me to go down. Hopefully we didn't bend the rim. Alex or Sarah will find out. Alright, so this is where they're set up to spread manure, and we'll get this home, and hopefully Christian can take this pickup back and bring the service truck over so we can use the wind source off of it. Alright, take her home. Climbing the hill. I didn't get the camera turned on time here. Oh well. Now here comes Christian with the service truck, and we will be able to blow them tires up on that grain drill when we make our trip back over there. We'll get this unit here parked up. And we'll turn around head back that away. This is a pain in the ass, having these small storage barns peppered out all over the place, because it takes a long time to get the stuff there, and it takes just as long to get it back. Today I've got 2 trips to make, but it's nice to be able to have something like this here parked on inside. With the cost of this tillage equipment nowadays, it's nice not to have these bearings sitting out in the weather all winter long. We're seeing some real nice weather. The hay fields are greening up nicely. Ground is drying out, and we are a good big 2 weeks away from planting any corn. We do have to run around with a grain drill here and there. We don't have that much to do as far as reseeding anything that was summer seeded last year. We just didn't have that much winter kill this year because it did not get that cold this winter. Some ground that we rent quite a ways to the west, they had some power line work, and we need to go over there with a grain drill and seed in where they worked on, boy, I don't know if it was power lines or cable TV line. They did something underground. Had to go across some ground that we had seeded in 22, and they wanted to get the seed from us, and I said, you know what, I'll just redo it myself, and we'll maybe go over there tomorrow, and that will be the first day of actual field work for 2024. But we are due to get some rain here tomorrow. Jared's thinking it's not going to come in till tomorrow night, so we might be able to get on that tomorrow. That's why I wanted to get this equipment moved home. Probably be me and Alex doing that trick. We'll have to run the grain drill and the land roller. So I'll get this back to the farm, get it unhooked, and then we'll run on over and get the grain drill, get it home, and that's probably gonna about do it for the day anyways. It takes a good big, I don't know, hour and a half to get to where that equipment is parked and back. We had some breakdowns to work through this morning. That kept me delayed. Didn't get me out and about until about, it was like 2:30 this afternoon. So, it is what it is. We got a manure truck coming up on in behind us here. Old Timmy, he's running the straight truck number 14. The C5 had an air leak on it this morning. It had a 3/8 T that bolts to the frame that was done rotted out. We had to fix that and replace an air hose. And my nephew's actually running that truck now. He's just pulling out of the driveway at the farm with a load, so we'll keep this camera going until we pass him. So it's fun times for sure, but we do need to get this stuff serviced up so that we can get in the fields when we're ready to here. C5. I still haven't done anything with the front bumper on that from when Tim got in that accident a few weeks ago. He actually got in the accident with that when I was in the middle of purchasing that truck that Alex and Sarah are running right now. Alright, we got Kaz here working on a calibration of the hitch control unit on an 8110. We'll go ahead and park this up where the new Terra disc is parked. And we'll head back on that way. Well, we arrived back over here, and Christian ended up taking the pickup that they had here back to the farm to grab this service truck. So we'll back this inside and we will blow those tires up. We need to get this cover off. We might as well get this compressor running while we're getting backed on in to the building here. We got this cover on backwards. Usually the tarp is strapped from the other way. There we go. Press that. Alright, so we'll let that fill up with some wind. And we'll get back down over there. We got the Freightliner pulling up here. I'll pull up to the frac tank, dump into it, and then these tankers, there's two of them over here. And this is the beauty with this frac tank. It allows everything to kind of stay in fluid motion, if you will. If we didn't have the frac tank, they would pull up, they would have to wait until one of these spreaders got back here. The next spreader that's coming back is a 6,000 gallon tanker. So he would come back, they would offload onto him, and then they would have to wait for Nate to spread off what he has to empty the rest of their tank out. They hold about 8,500 pounds or 8,500 gallons, and then he would have to wait for the next truck to get here. Subsequently, what would probably happen is two trucks would be pulling in at the same time. So everybody's just kind of waiting, and it kind of just delays the whole day as you go along. So they're gonna get their boom swung over and get it set up inside the tank. And then what they'll do is start offloading. We'll kind of show you what things look like in the tank here. Oh, I think I'm gonna walk around this tractor. We'll climb on up in here and we'll take a look at it. Now, Jared, what he did, we've got this gauge, float gauge on the side. That doesn't work all that great. I think this is right down empty. And what there is in this tank is he put an electric valve in there, or a float, and it is hooked up to these lights, and you can see the lights from all four corners of this frac tank, and once it gets up to a point, it'll trigger those lights and those lights will start flashing. It's hard to see from the mirrors of the truck, especially with how they're parked. It's hard to see the float meter that's on the side of the tank, but you can see the lights flashing. And then it also enables you, or it enables the tanker operators, they can see from wherever they're at how full the frac tank is at the present moment. It's about a third of the way full right now, and judging by the gauge, the float gauge that's on the side, which there is the float right there. It acts as though the one is broke off of this side. He knows whether he can hurry, whether he has to hurry back to the frac tank, or if he can just kind of take his time. So that is the 6,000 gallon tanker there. That's the one that we put the baffles in here a couple of weeks ago. Everything has been working beautifully with that. Christian's running that one, and Nathan is running the 8,000 gallon tanker. Bang, he's into place, and now he will start loading. So that's what is going on with this operation. Nathan's up on the hill up there. We got Christian. How you doing today, buddy?
Doing fantastic.
That's a nice looking shirt. Have I told you that yet today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have, haven't I? Yeah. You minding your P's and Q's today?
Trying to.
There you go. All right, so he'll load up. And then even when Nathan gets down here, it looks like there's going to be enough in this frac tank for him to take out 8,500 gallons. So they have offloaded. Watch them power lines there. So what are your thoughts of the Freightliner there, Missy? Speak into the microphone.
It's better than the Pete.
Oh my God, I can't believe you're saying that. The Peterbilt, I was over to Kenworth this morning picking up some parts, and I asked them, I said, hey, what's going on with this Peterbilt? And they said, well, it needs a intercooler, needs some other things, and it's got an $8,500 bill coming up on it. So we have put a fair amount of money into that truck since we've owned it. And see, we've got Sarge pulling in right in behind these guys, and there's enough room in that frac tank for him to offload into it, and everybody keeps moving. So that's the beauty of the frac tank. Alright, we've got this tire just about winded up where it needs to be. We're lucky that it wasn't off the bead. So it's got a very slow leak. It could be just that the rubber got cold and that it decided to lose some wind out through the bead. But it is what it is. Got just about enough in there. Yeah. So we'll blow up the other tire because that one was soft too. And then we'll roll on out of here. Well, we're on our way home with this grain drill. That one tire took a little bit to get blown up. It was leaking around the bead. We packed some grease in on it and it finally took off. So we got Jared climbing. Yeah, I think he's got the last load for the night. The girls, they ended up offloading just as we were getting ready to leave, and I don't know if they'll be coming up behind us or if they made it out in front of us already. So, we'll keep at it here. We'll get these home, or get this home, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. But I'm afraid that is gonna do it for this video. I want to thank everybody for watching, and we will catch you at the next one. Just a little bit of some machinery jockeying here. Not much compared to what the whole day has entailed here, but it is what it is. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. We'll catch you later.